He said, "I'll be back in 10 minutes," then vanished. The Jaret Senegal case. He told her he'd be back in 10 minutes. 10, just 10 minutes. That was the last time anyone ever saw him. No calls, no sightings, and no trace. Just a burned car found in another state. Welcome back. Today we're covering a case that has gone unsolved for over 2 decades. The disappearance of Jaret Jerome Senegal from Crowley, Louisiana. This is one of those cases where everything seems normal until it suddenly isn't. So who exactly is Jaret Senegal? Well, Jaret Senegal was born on May 9, 1970. He was 5'11" and 160 pounds. He had black hair, brown eyes, and he had a few tattoos. He had a tattoo of boxing gloves on his arm and a tattoo of a dog with horns on his chest. As of today, Jaret Senegal has been missing for over 20 years. He was last seen on November 7, 2000. He would have been 30 years old at the age of his disappearance. He lived in Louisiana and stayed connected with his family, especially his mother. He wasn't known to just disappear without saying anything, which is exactly why this case stands out. On November 7th, 2000, Jaret was at his girlfriend's house in Crowley, Louisiana. It was a normal evening. She was cooking. There were no arguments. There were no signs of trouble. There were no disagreements. There were no issues at all that day. Then around 7 p.m., Jaret got up, grabbed his keys, said, "I'll be back in 10 minutes, walked out, got into his car, and drove away. And that day, he never returned. Now, Jaret was an adult. He was 30 years old. He was a 30-year-old black male, and it wasn't unusual for him to leave or to take trips or things of that nature. So when he wasn't seen immediately, no one panicked. He wasn't reported missing immediately because I don't believe they thought he was missing immediately. Actually, it took them a while to report him missing, which is one of the reasons why this case felt like it needed to be told again and it needed to be brought back into the spotlight so that his name could be said and his case could be brought up for people to look into it again, because it took them 2 months, 60 days at least, to report Jaret missing. And this complicates things because that kind of delay can cost investigators critical time. Witnesses disappear, memories fade, evidence is lost, surveillance may be gone. So there are things that may have been important. There may have been surveillance tapes of cars or license plates or activities from shops, restaurants, or red light cameras that could have helped this investigation. But again, it's complicated because it took 2 months to actually report him missing. And after some point after his disappearance, his car was found, but not in Louisiana. It was found in Orange County, Texas, over 90 miles away. And it wasn't just abandoned, it had been burned. That changes a lot because burned vehicles usually mean one thing: someone didn't want evidence found and they were trying to cover up and conceal something. Now, there are a few possibilities, but one stands out. The most likely scenario: he went to meet someone he trusted, and something went wrong. Because most of the time when something happens, it's usually not a stranger. It's usually someone we know. And he only expected to be gone minutes because he said he'd be back in 10 minutes. And after that, his car found in an entirely different state, burned, and then nothing. No calls, no texts, no answer, no communication with his mother, with his girlfriend, with any members of his family. He wasn't able to be contacted, and that just wasn't like Jaret, according to his family. Even if he didn't contact anyone else, he would always stay in contact with his mother. So when his mother didn't hear from him, they knew something had happened. They knew something was wrong. He said he'd be back in 10 minutes, and over 20 years later, he still hasn't come home. Jaret Jerome Senegal is still missing. Someone knows what happened that night. And even after all these years, it's not too late to speak up. If you have any information, contact the Crawley Police Department and share this video because cases like this don't just get solved without attention. Today, the case of Jaret Jerome Senegal remains unsolved. No arrests, no confirmed suspects, and no answers for his family. So please, if you have any information, reach out to the Crawley Police Department in Louisiana at 337-788-4132. Again, that's 337-788-4132. Or reach out to the Charley Project. You can find their website. It's CharleyProject, the Charley Project, and provide any information that you may have. Thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe. He said, I'll be back in 10 minutes, then vanished.